and welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who are new here, I'm Ryan. What's up? If you aren't subscribed, definitely do so. We're almost at 210 subscribers, so let's try to reach our goal, get to 210. But in today's video, I've decided to give those of you that are in middle school or are going to middle school, anything like that, which this video can really apply to anyone in school, but mostly directed towards middle schoolers, because I just finished all my 3 years in middle school. And I know, I've been through it, y'all. Let me just say that. And I just want to let y'all know that y'all aren't alone. And I just want to give you guys some things that I had to like go through that I wish I didn't have to if I knew certain things. So basically, I'm going to be telling you guys some things that I wish I known when I started middle school, and things, you know. Sorry, I just got a text. So I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and without further ado, let's get on into the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about in middle school is periods. And if you are a guy and you're watching this, really, if you're a guy, you can watch this video, but it's probably not more, it's more directed towards like girls that are teenagers and stuff. So, you know, I mean, you don't have to watch, but you can. But with periods, we're going to talk about that first, because that is something that's very common in middle school. Either you already have it or you're just going to get it in middle school. And some people, which is very rare, don't even get it in middle school. And I was one of those people. I was a late bloomer. Like, all my friends had theirs, and I got mine very late, almost like going to 8th grade. So I got mine at basically almost my last year of middle school. First of all, one, it is normal. Don't be afraid. Don't think it's disgusting or you're the only one, or, you know, that is nasty, whatever. It's normal, and most of the people in your school probably have it. I don't know, you probably don't know that they do, but they do. One thing about periods are pads and things like that. And one thing about pads are that people are like scared to open them when they're in the bathroom. Like, they think it's weird and it's awkward, and they try to slowly take it off, you know, or whatever, because they don't want people to know that they're on their period. Or they just, like, you know, let me tell y'all, when I first got mine, I was the same way. Like, I would just open the pad really slowly, or try to flush the toilet, or do a little cough so like I can quickly take it out, nobody hear like me ripping the pad from the paper. But let me tell y'all something, it really doesn't matter what anybody says. Everybody has it anyway. And it's really normal. And if people want to look at you a type or a certain way, let them look at you, because honestly, really, you're just doing what you gotta do. You're just keeping yourself up to maintenance, doing what you have to do while you're on a period. You're changing, you're doing what you have to do. Don't be scared to open it and think it's nasty or something, because that's what you gotta do. If people think a certain way, then let them think. When I first got mine, I was so scared, and I kind of realized, I was like, you know, what am I scared for? This is, you know, this is really, it's so stupid. You know, this is so stupid. Something that's very stupid to be scared about. Like, I shouldn't have to worry about, like, oh, are people gonna, like, I feel like that was so unnecessary, which is why, yo, I got into the bathrooms, I would just open it. Oh, well, nobody even cared. Next thing in middle school is peer pressure. I feel like a lot of peer pressuring happens while you're in middle school. And one thing about that is, I feel like it happens more because people like to try to fit in and be popular while they're in middle school. And the thing about that is, like, if you get peer pressure into vaping, like, if your friends are vaping, don't think you have to do it. You get what I'm saying? I don't think just because your friends are doing it, it's cool to do it and it's cute and stuff. Because let me tell y'all, in the long run, it's not going to be cute. You may think it's all cute then, you may be a little famous, cool, popular, whatever, but in the long run, you're going to be looking so crazy. Like, I swear that stuff will mess you up so badly. So I don't even recommend doing that, okay? Don't try to follow along with crowds and get peer pressured and doing stuff. Like, let people lead you on into doing stuff you know that you shouldn't do because you want to fit in or be cool or something. Like, if that's the case, then that's not even cute. Sorry, I got a text message. Oh, sorry, y'all. Don't even try to follow into doing that stuff, because it's not cute, cool. Like, yeah, it's not it. So if your friends trying to make you do something that you know you don't want to do, just tell them no specifically. And if those friends are still pressuring you into doing that certain thing that you told them you didn't want to do, then maybe you should drop them as friends, because that is called being toxic. Your friends know that's bad for you, and they're still trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. That's not cute. Those aren't your real friends, and you need to let them go and drop them. Cut them off. So that's something, and that is something that you really need to keep in your mind when you go to middle school, because that is where most of the peer pressuring and all that good stuff happens. And I just never fell into that like category of just things like people pressuring me into doing stuff, because first of all, I knew me. I wasn't gonna do it anyway. Like, so that's something, and that's that. Like, I just kind of knew I wasn't gonna fall into any of that. So if you don't want to do something, don't let people pressure you into doing it. Or if they do, then that's probably not a good, that's a red flag right there, and that's a sign that you need to cut whoever that person is off. Next thing is popularity. Everybody wants to be popular in middle school. Everybody wants everybody to know them. There's pros and cons to that, like being popular. Also, I feel like it's not a race. Like, don't think you have to be popular to fit in, get friends. With me, because I know y'all probably want to know about my experience, like what I went through. That's what I'm kind of telling you guys about me. But during middle school, I mean, I wasn't really all about like being popular. I want to be popular. I want everybody to know me. Really, in middle school, I'm just such an outgoing person. Like, I like meeting people, talking to people, and doing all that good stuff. So like, naturally, I would just talk to people and make new friends. And I don't know if that's considered being popular, but I did know a lot of people, and a lot of people did know me only because I was doing talent show. I was in a lot of clubs, and I met a lot of people, and like, I was in the yearbook also, so I would like be in a lot of people's like classrooms taking pictures and stuff. So a lot of people did know me or know of me. So yeah, but I'm not trying to brag or anything like what I just said. I'm just saying that like, I didn't really feel the need to be popular in middle school. I don't feel like you have to be. It's not a race to be into the top, and just, you know, that's really not anything to be worried about. Don't waste your middle school years thinking about how can I be to the top, and you know, just don't do that. Like, that will just get a hold of you and just kind of messed up your whole middle school experience, because middle school isn't about being popular and all that good stuff. Just spend the time in middle school while you have it, because if I could repeat middle school, I wouldn't. But like, it was fun while it was, but like, you know, try to spend your middle school years fun, because you're probably gonna want, you know, to go back sometime, because when I tell you, it will get harder as you go on to high school and stuff like that. So just enjoy your time in middle school while you have it. Next is relationships and boys, because this is probably the seriousness about it. Let me tell y'all about my middle school year, because, you know, and if my mom's watching this, then good, because you're gonna be proud of me. My middle school years, I didn't get a boyfriend, because I knew for myself that it probably wouldn't be good for me, and I really just wanted to focus on my grades. And I didn't really think I didn't think it would be a good thing for me to get a boyfriend throughout my middle school year, so I never did. I knew my whole middle school year I needed to stay on a roll, because y'all, I just needed to. First of all, my mom is one of those like moms where like a C isn't good enough, a low B isn't good enough, so I just knew I had to do my best, and I didn't want anybody to distract me from like me making good grades and things like that, because that happens. So yeah, that's one thing. But also for people that do get in relationships, I just want to say, like, make sure you're in a healthy, non-toxic relationship. If you decide that you should be in a relationship in middle school, then one thing about it is, I feel like if your mom allows you, that probably will be the best thing, because, okay, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not best at explaining myself. Like, I know how to say it, I just don't know how to explain it. So I feel like if you ever got a boyfriend, or you think you like, you know, you like a boy, whatever, I think that y'all should see with y'all's moms and stuff like that, because I feel like it feels so good to like have your mom like know that you're in one. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm saying, like, I feel like that's always better, because you don't have to keep secrets and hide away from your mom. Like, you don't have to make fake names in your phone, like, of your boyfriend, because you don't want your mom to see. Or like, you don't have to, you know, just because I feel like that's always how it is with people when they don't tell their moms about like boys and stuff. And it's never, you know, I feel like it's never the best feeling, because you always have to hide it from them and stuff. And especially like, let's say you want to get them from Valentine's Day, but you can't tell your mom, because that's what I'm saying. So like, I feel like the best relationships are like when your mom knows, and you know, your mom's there to support you and all that good stuff. Because if y'all break up, or you know, for God forbid it from happening, but like if y'all do, then you want your mom to be able to like be that crunch for you when you're sad and stuff like that. But one thing about relationships in middle school I want to say is that always health over length, not length over health, but health over length. Basically what I'm saying is, just because y'all have been together for 5 months doesn't mean, and the relationship is toxic. So let's say y'all have been in a relationship for 5 months and it's toxic, it's negative, it's just full of negative energy. don't go ahead and end it. Just because y'all have been in a relationship for a while doesn't mean that you can't end it, or y'all don't need to end a relationship there because y'all been together for so long. If a relationship is toxic, it doesn't matter how long y'all have been together, then you need to get out of it before it gets worse. So toxic relationships and ones you feel like that are constantly weighing down on you and stuff, stressful, all that good stuff, you feel like that person isn't good for you, take them out of your life, because that can be like, already middle school is stressful by itself. You have so many teachers, so many classes to go to, especially 6th graders that are new. Y'all will have so many classes and teachers and stuff. I'm not trying to like scare y'all, but like middle school, it does change. You have more tests, you have to study more, you have to make sure you're on your A game for middle school. And that's what I'm saying. If you are in a negative or toxic relationship, you need to get out of it, because it can affect so many things outside of the relationship. For example, relationships with your friends. You can be so like, you can be, you know how whenever you're in negative relationships, I feel like that negative feeds off of you and you're negative to people around you, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's something else. Next. So wait, no, so the moral of the story here, health over length, not length over health. So the next thing, I'm gonna make a whole full video on this. I made a video about this like last year or 2 years ago. I really don't know how long it was ago, but I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago. But I did a emergency kit, like what you need to have in middle school, like an emergency kit bag that you always need to have in middle school for just any of those times where you may need certain things, you know, like for example deodorant, all that good stuff, like, you know, pads, all that, so all that good stuff. So I'm gonna make a whole detailed video of like an emergency kit and things you guys could put in y'all's emergency kit for when you go back to middle school, and important and necessities and essential items that you guys are gonna need. Okay, so I did make a video on that. If you want to go check it out, then definitely go check it out. But one thing about that video is that in the end, it was some like audio technical difficulties, and if you guys still want to go watch it, then definitely watch it. I did put pictures up of what you could put up in there, so even if you can't hear me at some points of the video, you do kind of understand what I'm saying in a way. So definitely go check out that. I'm going to make a part 2, which is going to be coming up really soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, the next thing is drama. This is such a big thing in middle school, elementary, and really in school. Honestly, drama is such a big thing. What I would say, I stayed out of drama mostly. Like, the only drama I was ever in middle school is like when me and my friends got into arguments. It wasn't like drama. Like, it wasn't really real drama though. Like, we would just not talk for a little and then become right back friends. Like, it wasn't like that type of drama, like fighting and stuff like that. But what I would say with drama is, one thing is you need to be in the right friend group if you want to stay out of drama. If you have friends that constantly like involve you in mess, then that's also one way that will get you like all in so much drama. Because in like my school, where I go to school or whatever, like there would be like friend groups who wouldn't like each other. So like they would have a friend group, so you know, all of them would be like close friends, and one girl wouldn't like another girl, and so their whole entire friend group didn't like that girl, and the other entire friend group didn't like the other girl. So they would all be like into it. It'll just be too much. So if you have a friend group, don't like, if the person is constantly involving you in their drama and stuff like that, that is so toxic, and that can just get you in so much like mess, and then get you involved in so many things that you weren't even in the first place. So that's one thing. And also, I did make a video about that, how to stay out of drama. Definitely go watch it, because even though I was in like 6th grade when I was making that video, I was spilling tea. So definitely go watch that. But one thing in that video I said is stay out of those like messy group chats, because group chats will paint you out to be such a bad person. Like, if you say one bad thing in group chats, especially with messy people, they will spread that around. They will like tell people that you said certain things, and you know, just things like that. So stay out of group chats with toxic and messy people that you know will involve you in certain things that you're not even, you know, a part of. So that's one thing. Also, one thing, the key to middle school, do not get into any fights. Don't, first of all, I can't see y'all, but I just know y'all are too pretty to be getting into fights. Don't let anybody ruin your face. I don't even care. Even if they don't, just don't let anybody degrade you that way. Don't degrade yourself in a way to where like it comes down to fighting. You know what I'm saying? Don't let somebody put their hands on you. Don't even like let anybody touch you. Don't put up with those people. They want to fight you, oh well, you know, like that's them. But they shouldn't want to if you stay out of mess and dramas. Don't sit up there like arguing with them over the phone, acting like you're gonna like do something in person. Don't be doing that. Just don't do that, you know. Don't be so petty over the phone, starting arguments 24/7. And that's one thing. But make sure you're in a positive friend group that doesn't evolve around negative energy. You are who you hang around. So basically what I'm saying is make sure you're in a positive friend group and y'all like are all about that positive energy, you know. Make sure you are in a friend group. Y'all all have goals, and you know, just make sure you're not in one of those just messy and petty friend groups that are always talking about people, spreading drama, always like people are gossiping about, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you surround yourself around positive people. Make sure you spread positive energy, because the energy that you project out to people is the energy that you're going to receive back. So what I'm saying is, if you're positive, you're going to receive positive energy. If you're negative, you're going to receive negative energies. Make sure you aren't around people who just love and are all about the drama and the mess. Don't just argue with anybody just because, especially over the dumb stuff. Like if they steal your pencil, don't like stand up and make this whole big fight about it. Oh well, if you normally sit at a certain seat and they take it, don't make this big fight about it. Just sit somewhere else. You know, I had to learn to stop getting mad over minor things, because one thing about that also is, you know, in middle school you do have bad days, but you control your day. People don't control you. Only somebody can mess up your day if you let them. If your day is going good and this certain person does something and you say they like ruined your day, you let them ruin your day. Because if you just ignored what they did, went along about your day, you know, stay positive, then they wouldn't have ruined your day. So other people don't ruin your day. Things don't ruin your day. That teacher that you don't like doesn't ruin your day. You let them. You know what I'm saying? So just try to be positive, smile through everything, you know, things like that. Next thing. The next thing, you guys, is something that is very like, oh, this is probably number one. This is something that is like boom, boom, boom. Something that is almost probably every girl goes through this. If not almost every girl. So one thing, this is, y'all, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Can you guess? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Body image. So in middle school, mostly middle school, this happens really any grade, anything like that, but I feel like this kind of comes from middle school. It's basically where you compare your body to other people and you look down on yours because you think it's supposed to look a certain way or like somebody else's. You compare yourself to them and you think you don't look as good as them, or you just don't have the right type body, and you just look down on your body and you get really insecure about, like, you know, wearing certain clothes because you think this is gonna look bad and stuff, because you think you're supposed to look a certain way, or you think you're supposed to look like certain people. People do that all the time on social media. That's why social media is so toxic and what's the word, toxic, and just, I don't know, it just makes you think that like, oh, I need to look like that person. And most of the time on social media, let me tell y'all, they photoshop their body to look a certain way. Don't think that's a beauty standard that you have to live up to, and you have to look just like that, like no hip dips, 18-inch waist, thick thighs, big booty. You know, don't think you have to look like that, because all bodies come in different shapes, sizes, and forms, and y'all all look good. Y'all all are beautiful in y'all own ways. So I don't think you should go around thinking, like, comparing yourself to other people, thinking you should look like that, because at the end of the day, you don't. One thing about people that want to look like certain ways, or they want a flat stomach or whatever, they complain to me. Like, a lot of my friends also do this. Like, people I know, they complain about so much and they want to look like this and that. And if it's to the point where, like, you want to look a certain way, you really want to look a certain way, like, as in you just want to get more fit and tone, have a flatter stomach, work out. If that's what you need to do, work out, you guys. Because if you sit up here and just complain about how you want to look like this and that, you're not doing nothing about it, then what's even the point? You get what I'm saying? So if you set goals for yourself, if you want to get a toned waist, flat stomach, work out, do what you need to do to achieve that body that you want. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't just sit around comparing yourself to other people and doing all of this and that, and just sitting around eating chocolate chips and chocolate chip cookies, brownies, hot chips, hot fries, and all this good stuff, if you're trying to, you know, look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be better, get up, do something that's gonna make you better. You get what I'm saying? Don't compare your body type to others and think you should look like that, because at the end of the day, everybody's not gonna have no hip dips whatsoever, a 18-inch waist and thick hip. Not everybody in this world is gonna have an hourglass shape. Don't think you have to look like that, because you don't. Next case. Okay, next, I just mentioned this, but social media is one thing in middle school that is ugh. Anyway, social media, I feel like especially with Instagram and stuff, I feel like in middle school people tend to want thousands of likes and comments, and they feel like if they don't get certain likes and comments on their posts on Instagram, they feel like, oh, maybe, you know, just things like that. That's what I'm just saying. One thing with social media is so toxic. Don't compare other people's lives on social media or their bodies, because 9 times out of 10, everything is not what it seems, okay? Just like on Wizards of Waverly Place, I said everything is not what it seems, which means just because they have this flat stomach, small waist on Instagram doesn't mean they actually look like that in real life. Just because they post a picture of their face doesn't mean they're perfect with no flaws and you have to look like that to be pretty. Just don't let social media take a hold of you, because social media is toxic, harmful, and can do a lot of things. And last thing is grades. I don't know why I saved grades for the end. I feel like this is probably the most important thing in middle school. But one thing with grades, try to keep them up. This is where it starts to get a little, you know, rocky. If you don't, in middle school, that's one thing. If you dig yourself in a deep hole, and this goes with any grade, elementary, high school, elementary, middle school, whatever. If you, in the beginning of the year, if you start off so weak, like you're making all bad grades, not turning in homework, your grade is just constantly going down, at the end of the term, when you're trying to get that grade to go back up, it's going to be so hard to dig yourself out of that hole you created yourself and get back up there. Like I'm saying, like, what if I'm just sitting up here not doing any of my work, barely doing any of my work in the beginning, and then I noticed, like, oh my god, report card's about to come out in 2 weeks, and I'm trying to like do all this stuff, make all these hundreds and study and stuff last minute just now because report cards are coming out. You're not gonna make a good grade, or your grade is not gonna go up 15 points and go back up to an 80 because you're just now trying. If you dig yourself in a deep hole, you're not gonna be able to get back out of it that fast. So don't think you can just like do whatever you want and not make good grades in the beginning because you're gonna be able to pull it up. That's not gonna happen. Put studying before anything else. Like if you have to choose between a party and studying, or a party and doing your project, finish that project. And one thing I would say for middle school, definitely do not procrastinate. Procrastinate is doing stuff at the last minute. So basically, for example, you have a project, your teacher gave you the information for the project a month ago, but you do it the night before. That is procrastination. Do not procrastinate. Get your assignments done early so you can be done and not have to worry about it. That is just 101 for middle school. Do not procrastinate and do things last minute or the night before, because that will hurt you so bad. 9 times out of 10, teachers will know when you rush to do something or if you did it last minute, especially like when you try to pull it out in class and do it really fast, like homework and stuff. So do not procrastinate and forget to do it. Make sure you have a planner or use your phone calendar. Write down all your assignments. When your teacher is like talking about assignments, get out a planner or a paper, write it all down. You know, ask your teacher, can you put it on your phone, or, you know, make sure you have all that stuff down. Make sure you're doing all the assignments, not procrastinating, getting all your assignments done before the night before. Do not wait for the night before. Do not wait last minute or while you're in class to complete it or on the bus. Do it when you can. Get it out the way. Make sure you keep up with all your assignments and when you need to do them in a planner. Write them down so you can know and get it all done. So yeah, that's all about grades. Stay on top, stay organized, do not procrastinate, and do what you need to do and finish everything when you get it, not the night before. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. For those of you guys who want the girls emergency kit, y'all don't even have to wait, because it's gonna be coming up just soon. It's gonna be coming up very soon. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely turn your post notifications on, click subscribe, and also comment video ideas if you want any. Love you guys so much. Hope y'all enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next piece. Period. Really?